Couple of things with this story right off the top. Now that it's specifically a woman's issue, maybe we can start talking about the jungle juice and its latent effects after a considerable amount of time has passed. And maybe, hey, it's also just taking a look at long-term problems, right? Because, hey, you know what? Hey, on-demand abortion, that's going to be a little tough in half the states that are out there. And now it just looks like the government's just, you know, helping you along with that process, whether you want it or not. Hopefully it's not the latter, but now that, yeah, this has become a thing, alright? This has just been thought about for a long time, and hey, remember, it's a good thing there wasn't like a nationwide mandate that everybody, including pregnant women, you know what, in order to just participate in society, they needed to get at least a couple, if not 3 of those jabs in order to have their job, go into specific restaurants, go into different stores, okay? It's a good thing that governments didn't hastily mandate any of these potentially dangerous drugs. No, of course not. No, why would any fictitious governments do that without knowing any of the long-term effects of a certain jab? No, why would they do that at all? And why are they waiting until there's like a considerable lull at the moment before they start to make these little bits of admissions? Interesting. Really does get the old fucking noggin jogging now, doesn't it? So, what do we got here? Menstrual changes after COVID vaccine may be far more common than previously known. Oh, it was known. It was theorized. Anecdotal evidence was running around in the places where it wasn't getting immediately squashed down. There were some thoughts about this, but now that NBC is talking about it and all the mainstream mass media outlets are speaking on it, now we can talk about it. Is that how this stuff works? It has to make its way through the truth of ministry before people start to realize that, maybe their bodies, you know what? Hey, maybe there's something we should be looking after when it comes to this stuff. And by the way, none of this shit's gonna fucking affect me, okay? I don't have a specific choice of tampon or anything like that, you know? And hey, none of this stuff is really gonna affect me, but hey, I've got these weird things called principles where, you know what, hey, whenever some fuck shit like this happens, we got to put it on Front Street. But again, okay, now that we have a study, the experts are talking about it, okay, a study found that 42%, that's a pretty significant population, 2/5? 2/5 of people, wait, what, with regular menstrual cycles. I didn't even read that before going through. I just took it for granted that, you know what, hey, you know, maybe we're dealing with reality here and they would just say women, okay, but no, it's people with regular menstrual cycles. I just did praying for the asteroid now more than ever. Said they bleed more heavily than usual after COVID vaccinations. Oh, okay, cool. Is that because of like a gunshot wound because Democrat cities are now being less safe than they've ever been? Or is that just during that 1 week per month? Is that what we're talking about? Because they're not being specific here, so why the fuck should I be? When adults gained access to COVID vaccines last year, I don't remember gaining access. I remember being forced to take them nearly at gunpoint. I, of course, resisted, and I've been very open and honest about that. I'm not against anybody taking them. I've just had my thoughts and opinions on them, and what I can say here on YouTube is, of course, they're safe and effective. Unless we're talking specifically about this, and I am never going to be fucking getting it because I know I've had it at least once, if not twice, not a period, okay? We're talking about the coof itself, okay? I've had it once for sure I can think of, okay? And, you know what, hey, for that week that I was a little bit more drowsy than normal, yeah, it was tough, okay? And again, we've also been running the numbers back, whatever videos managed to stay up when it comes to this. And there's another one from, I don't know exactly when that one's going to release, but we got more specific data when it comes to that and some admissions from some of these experts. But at least this one has a medical study behind it. I just like the late game admissions that they're, you know, finally just trying to leak out and hopefully nobody's going to pay attention. Oh, can't you just support Ukraine, you bigots? Oh, okay, cool. Yes, when adults gained access to the coof vaccines last year, gained access, God, it's still going to be stupid. Most knew to expect headaches, fatigue, and soreness as side effects. No, you were just not supposed to report any of that stuff. Nope. They were safe and effective. Shut up, bigots. That's misinformation, okay? And again, we ran down those numbers, okay? The older folks who got those vaccines, they would have very few side effects. The younger folks that were out there, oh, maybe they would be saying certain things, and then you'd have other ones that were, Oh boy, you know what? Hey, why is my, my pulse is racing. I've got nothing to really correlate that with at all whatsoever. No, of course not. But some researchers think that it's time to add another common one to the list. Temporary menstrual changes. Oh, okay. Common. It's just common. It's temporary. Don't worry. It's just temporary. Just like those headaches, the fatigues, and the enlarged hearts. The analysis published Friday in the journal Science Advances found that 42% of people with regular menstrual cycles. Is that what the scientific journal wrote? Or did they just say women, okay, healthy, average women, 42% of them, said they bleed more heavily than usual after vaccination. Meanwhile, 44% reported no change, and around 14% reported a lighter period. Oh, how adorable. Among men, okay, men, most menopausal, or those postmenopausal. Oh, okay. That is actually not a terrible descriptor, okay. But again, you could just be like men and postmenopausal women, because there's two sexes, you fucking retards. Or who use certain long-term contraceptives. I don't know why words are so hard today. For example, the study suggests that many experiencing breakthroughs or unexpected bleeding after their COVID shots. Sorry, what? Study suggests many experience breakthroughs. Oh, okay. Or unexpected bleeding. Oh, great. So what? It's just gonna make you into a fucking red fountain, whether you like it or not. How adorable. Survey included over 39,000 people. Holy fuck. Why such a big sample size? And why seemingly out of nowhere? Oh, because he started to get reports? Interesting. It's almost like shit that we've fucking known for quite a while at this point. Between 18 and 80. Who were fully vaccinated and had not contracted COVID. How could you even tell at this point? The study authors cautioned, though, that the percentages do not necessarily represent the rate of menstrual changes in general population. Oh, of course not. Just add your fucking caveats out there. Of course, it's safe and effective. Just shut up and take the fucking jab. God damn it, you're killing grandma. Unless, of course, that's our job. Since people who observed a difference were more likely to participate. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, exactly. Then why did you find, okay, 2/5, 40 fucking % of people changed? Actually, well, in totality, 56% of people noticed changes. So what are you going to do with those numbers? Okay, just sweep them under the rug? Is that what we're going to be doing here? Great, wonderful, fantastic. Survey's aim was to simply provide evidence for future studies and not establish cause and effect. Nope, of course not, because we'll never do that. At least not in our lifetime. At least not while they can still use it as a political pawn out there. Just theorizing, of course. Still, the research also found that COVID vaccine is associated with a small change in the menstrual cycle length. Oh, good. That seems like something we should be fucking around with on just purely experimental purposes. Yeah. A new study started in April of 2021, so well over a year. How long are these fucking changes? Okay, because if it's just 1 month, that's not nothing to really, you know, be terribly concerned about. Because, yeah, no, shit can be bleeding for a little bit longer, a little bit less, a little bit heavier, a little bit lighter, okay, month after month, but if this is like a considerable amount of time, somebody fucking raised the good old red flag on this one. Around the time people began to report unexpected bleeding and heavier flow post-vaccine. Again, that whole unexpected bleeding, that should be pretty fucking significant, okay? Because if this is just a little, if it's just a little bit of spotting, that's nothing to be concerned about. But again, if it's gushing like a fucking geyser, that's something that we should be fucking noting. Just saying. However, these anecdotes, they're just anecdotes. Don't worry about it. Even though we had 16,000 bitches reporting heavier fucking periods for a considerable amount of time. No, don't worry about any of that. It's just a little bit of problem. We're just using this for future research. The fuck are you doing here? This is, YouTube. However, that was both true and indicative of a larger problem. Individuals who took part in COVID vaccine trials were not asked if they experienced menstrual changes. Don't you think that's something you should probably have taken into account at the time? No, these are just, we're using anecdotes, and we're not asking the proper questions during the clinical trial time. Oh, okay, cool. Before the vaccinations came out, I would say our knowledge on the subject of the connection between immunization and menstrual changes in general was nil. Oh, okay. That's not like a really, fundamental thing that we shouldn't be fucking around with as a society. Just saying, right? There was far more consideration when it came to the hormonal birth control pill, okay, and that was voluntary, and it had instrumental amounts of changes in society. And if you don't think that the fucking jab has caused the same amount, well, you're fucking stupid. Sorry, I'll just talk a little bit slower because I think that 70 IQ is probably very difficult to have you computate such large multisyllabic words into your helmet-bedecked forehead, but I'm sure it has a whole bunch of nice stickers on top. I got my vaccine. Overall, few studies assess the direct effect of vaccination on the menstrual cycle. Yeah, no, exactly. Will there be any more in the future? And again, you're not telling us anything here, okay? It's like, yeah, no, it has effect, a short-term effect. What's short-term? Oh, like years. Oh, what? Sorry? No, like months and years. Oh, okay, cool. Tingen, that's Candace Tingen, a program director with gynecological Health and Disease branch of the National Institute of Child Health and Human Development. That's weird. Use this as a mistake. Oh, interesting, right? Perhaps, she said, if the vaccine trials had asked about menstruation. Yeah, I think that would be pretty important, considering how many women are just all too ready, willing, and able to be, well, fucking forcibly jabbed out there. And I'm not just talking about a slow Thursday in a fucking bar, but, but people would not have been surprised or frightened by this unexpected side effect. No, something that you have to plan for every month. If it changes a little bit or a lot for a considerate or non-considerable amount of time, no, you shouldn't even worry about it. No, it's just don't worry about it. Safe and effective. If it really, it was really this lack of information. Okay, because we have the information. Okay, anybody out there disseminating this information, they have the misinformation. I got it. That I think caused confusion, fear, and perhaps vaccine hesitancy. Yeah, no, exactly. We can't talk about the other things except for the old being a little harder and heavy. That's just merely a lack of information. No, okay, cool. For the sudden rise in cases of sudden adult death syndrome, just regular healthy 30-plus-year-olds, okay, just like athletes out there on the soccer pitch or on the football field or on the baseball diamond, just, hey, just running to first base or scoring a goal on a celebration, just going, yeah! Fucking taking a dive because they were told it was safe and effective, right? Yep. No, that's just merely 100% a lack of information. I'm sure that's probably great condolences to those families mourning at their fucking kid's wake. I'm sure that's really resting well with them. That's something that they can hold on to. Oh, the government is really looking after me after all of these fucking years, after I just did as I said and I just kept my head down. I just wore the mask, got the jab, and shut the fuck up. Evil motherfuckers. Study's co-author Catherine M.N. Lee said that overall menstruation is understudied when it's not relevant to pregnancy. Yeah, because normally shit's just fucking worked for a long time, okay? You got your pads, you got your tampons, you got your biggest ass pads, you got your fucking double dong tampons, and you just fucking stuff it up in there and everything is just done and dusted in about 6 to 7 days, okay? God bless. See you for fucking next month's batch. And then once your eggs start to dry up, shit gets a little bit lighter, okay, and you get a little bit bitchier. Okay then, wonderful, fantastic. Don't really need to be doing a big overarching study when it comes to that stuff. But hey man, when they start realizing that it kind of looks like a fucking 12-gauge wound between their crotch, now we best start looking at this stuff. It gets ignored because of the structure of the science. What a flowery way to say nothing. Lee, an assistant professor at Tulane University, said, there are very few senior people in science and in medicine who are not white men. Again, white men fuck white women and brown women and Asian women and black women. So you think that they'd probably want their significant others or the bitches that they fuck on the side, okay, to be as healthy as possible, okay, because there's this weird thing like humans are put on Earth to do that, is kind of facilitated by a healthy menstrual cycle. We're kind of, all really relying on that fucking process to function properly. But again, no, it's obviously menstrual cycles fucked up by the jab. White men to blame. You can't fucking make this stuff up, kids. It's just not something that they're thinking about as part of their lived experience, said an assistant professor at Tulane University, somebody who has the total capacity to study any of this stuff. But no, it's just simply white men. Oh, okay, what's the percentage of staff at most of these universities now? Oh, overwhelmingly women. Okay, what the fuck's your excuse? White men. Oh, okay, cool. The 4 that are still left on fucking tenure? Oh, the ones that are so woke that it would make Hollywood blush? Oh, they don't care about women's issues. Oh, okay, cool. Again, it just passed the fucking buck. Lee and her colleagues were inspired to ask people about their menstruation cycles after being vaccinated. Yeah, and realizing that they're so fucking gaunt and they just are constantly sucking on doorknobs to get the additional iron they need. After being vaccinated, after seeing both friends and strangers bleed out. Oh, online. Oh, wonder why they experience an unexpected change. If they're talking to so many broads that are coming forward saying that, yeah, man, it definitely looks like I just, got chefed in a UK bar. It's like, maybe we should study this shit. But, maybe this is something that we should have known before we started mandating all this stuff. Funny. Hey, man, I didn't hear any of these considerations at the time. It was just 99.98% effective. And we're just all of a sudden going to forsake our known skepticism of big pharma and all just line up in fucking droves. At gunpoint in some countries, but... the survey group included more than 3,500 people who identify as a gender-diverse group. Oh, great, so a bunch of fucking head cases. Approximately 84% of the participants were white! But what if they identify as a different race? And none were between the ages of 45 and 55. Oh, okay, because the researchers didn't want to include changes associated with perimenopause. Then why did the big study include 18 to fucking 80? Just saying, what's the distribution there? And how long do these changes last? You haven't told us fuck all. The respondent... Oh, I'm sorry. When their body begins to transition to menopause. Yeah, no, exactly. That's when, you know, all the eggs are fucking gone. So, to all you career women that are out there, I'll just freeze my eggs. Like 6% of fucking frozen eggs end up in a completed pregnancy. Oops. Respondents were vaccinated with all of the different jabs. Pick them all. I'm sure some of them probably just had all of them to make sure that they were properly protected. Unfucking believable, man. No, but right now, hey, just take a look. It's just overall, you know, hey, 42% of regular people, okay, who experience menstruation, okay? Just 42% of people have heavier flow than usual. Nothing to see here, folks. Just go about, live your life. Just get your properly assigned government-grade jumpsuit, eat the fucking bugs, and just go about your day. The government will come pick you up, take you to your job, and put you back in your pod at the end of the day. Don't pay any attention to the man behind the curtain. And if it's Joe Biden, you really don't need to pay much attention to him because he's too busy trying to sniff the curtain. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.